Okay, I'm ready. Get it twisted. I already prepared beforehand. Nova's going crazy, though. You've got to get it twisted. Fuma? Wow, that was fast. I haven't even, like, set up everything. I haven't sent out the live message yet. Don't you dare do it before me. I got it. Hello, hello. Not me watching someone from another team attempt to join Team Dan over and over again and watching the bot tell them no. All right, I gotta have another Joel here. I can. So true. Oh, this Joel. Let's see. Yep, those still ain't full. They're all ready though, so that's good. That's good. All right, gamers. I don't know how long this case is gonna be. And also, apparently we're supposed to have Northern Lights today? What the hell's up with that? Unfortunately, I live in an area with extreme high amounts of light pollution, so we'll see. Kingston, Ontario, right now. There's nothing here. Shit, I looked outside, I was like, yeah, those are some stars. So like, it's good and it's clear, just nothing here yet. Evil eye me. One day. Hold. Blue, white, passive. Blue, white, passive in the item room, but not exclusively. Blue, white is such a normal color. Blue cap is boss room. Boomerang, no. Broken stopwatch, I think is shop only. Ice Cube baby. You can see, able to see meteor showers down here in SoCal, but light pollution. Yerp. Euphoria, Evil Charm, that's secret room only. Friendly Ball's active. Glass Eye is not in the item room pool. Holy Water? I think that's going to be transparent blue. Also, Nova left, apparently too bored by what she was playing with. Papa Fly? Parasitoid, maybe? Always unlocked. Not the cube one, the one that shoots ice. I see. Freezer baby. Honestly, great guess. It is not the baby shop, however. Is it? It's not Jacob's Ladder again, right? Or something like that. Staircase. That's yellow. There's no blue there. It's not Key Beggar. It might be Key Beggar. Can I get a description? Range stat, size, speed stat. Mini Mush? Blue cap is boss room only. The other blue mushroom. Yeah, you can get this one from Unique. Yup. Told you. Get it twisted. Once I see the description for something, I got it. That's how my brain stores things. Not by their name, which is less words, but by their entire description. Whoa, thanks for the follow. Fucking scares me every goddamn time. I gotta stop, man. I gotta stop getting scared by that. Soap? That's not a real item. How about this? Safety scissors. That's 15. And also it's not blue. You know what? You give me a great idea. Jawbreaker me. More than 10. From Repentance, fuck. And it's green, orange, white, or yellow. Oh, frick. I don't know repentance items, man. It's a character item. It's a character item. Devil's Crown. Your description? Boneheart's Floor Enter. Bone. I don't think it's any of those. The soul one. No, it's is it Forgotten? No. The bone clip. I forgot what it's called. Bone cup. Yeah, I also do not remember what it's called. It's me looking for it, be like, Hollow Heart. There it is. Just took a little finagling. Easy, Icicle. We continue our 127 game streak for the trinket. I think for regular, we're like on a streak, but we lost a game a while ago, right? Yerp. And you get reset. That's fine. Until they do infinite, it doesn't matter. All right, how mad am I going to be today? This doesn't look that bad. Shit. One-time use spacebar items and then unlocked by Samson. Boom! Look at that! You didn't even get to even try, bozos. I'm already done. Speed run time. I don't know what to tell you. It was very easy. All right, hopefully this Pokidoku's harder. Okay, yeah, that's actually not horrible. That's not bad. That's not bad. How about Claydol? That's my favorite. I mentioned this the other day. Claydol from the TCG was like the strongest card when I was playing. I remember I kept being like, man, this format's gonna fucking change dramatically when this gets rotated out. Never mind, there's no Snom potential. That's true, but isn't Frostmoth? It's not. No! Wait, what the fuck does Frostmoth evolve through? I thought it was Ice Stone. Oh, well. I tried to get him. I'm sorry. I did my best. In this case, let me just finish this with stuff. Man. Lunatone. Friendship. It's that friendship and items. Punchers. Piece of shit. Why you gotta be like this? Oh shit, Kalos. You're Tyrantrum? You're Ice. Okay, at least I can do the other one. It's fucking Aurora or whatever. Funny enough, right? I mean, you managed to get that. There it is. That's Ice. Kalos Ground, though? Hit me with that. I straight up don't know. Ice evolved by item. Fuck you, Glaceon. Just to be clear, I did know something for that. Rock evolved by item. Ground evolved by item. We can go Ursaluna. And then Kalos Ground. Oh, I can go Zygarde, technically. And wait 1 second. I need to prove that I could have done this if I didn't try to get Frostmoth. Rock item. Rock item. Rock item. Let's go with Cleavor. Boom. There you go. See? Easy. Done. Probopass. Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Golem. Fuck you. Go absolutely fuck yourself. Golem. No. Actually, you can evolve it with the link cable. Fuck you! No! Steelix. This is some bullshit. All right, but I proved I could have done it. I think a link cable to my old Game Boy for that. It's an item. No. 68% guessed that correctly. I guess I'm part of the part that didn't because I left that one for last. What other ones are there? Hisuian Arcanine, Probopass, Rhyperior. Yeah. I refuse to allow Golem to exist in that front. All right, gamers. Me forgetting to launch the game earlier be like, oh wait, least common. Let's go. We got it. What are the other options for this, by the way? Avalugg. What about this one? Diggersby. Man, fucking horrible Pokemon to choose for that one. Bum, bum, bum. Bow, 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 bow. Oh, wait, I'm not even, like, in the game. There we go. Oh, wow. Watch my words. Next game, you will be seeing Frostmoth evolve via Ice Stone. Get it twisted. And I will be retroactively right. What were we doing? Oh, yeah, we're going to, like, the well or something, right? Prison yard. Here we are again. Let's hope we find something this time that will finally reveal the truth behind it all. Yo, Edgeworth be ballin'? Come on, Edgeworth. Let's see you ball, bro. Although that might be easier said than done. There's nothing left to investigate. Judge Gavel's deduction yesterday. There's another possibility, one you seem to have overlooked. The well in the yard. Could a body not have entered the tunnel from there? In summary, the body must have been thrown down the well and moved to the workshop. Edgeworth be ballin'. At some point during the show, tell me, what could have done that but Mr. Saint? Had Knight's body really been thrown on the well? The answer to that question will surely show us the way forward. But before we begin, I should tidy up my organizer a little. Unnecessary evidence has been removed. How much of this case is left that we have to do this? It's case 2 game. Let's see here. Huh, there's a cover on it. A dried up well, slap bang in the middle of a prison, figures it'd be locked. Well, luckily, I'm a master lockpicker. Want me to do my stuff? I think not. We'll do this investigation by the book. Come on, don't be such a stick in the mud. Whoa! What is it, Kay? The lock's broken, and from the looks of it, it's been broken for a long time. If that's the case, then anyone could have thrown Knight's body down the well. Judge Gavel's theory that Mr. Saint carried out the murder here in the yard, and then during the performance, he threw the body down the well. At least one more to be continued. Yeah, that's my guess, actually. What are you thinking, Miles Sereno? Plausible or no? Oh, why don't we see if Missile can help us out again? He'll be able to tell if Mr. Knight's body was here and which way it went. Good idea. I'll call Detective Gumshoe. Gumshoe, bring the dog. Gumshoe speaking. Detective, I need your assistance. Come to the prison yard and bring Missile with you. You bet, sir. Gumshoe's 7 secret weapons to the rescue again, huh? I'm fairly sure Missile belongs to the precinct. I'd also like you to bring one of our witnesses. Call the Big Berry Circus and ask Miss Regina Berry to come down here with you. Yes, sir. I'll be there before you know it. Me before we knew it, be like. So, what do we do while waiting for Gummy? How about a quick game of hide and go seek? Fun idea, kiddo, but where exactly would we hide? He's not seriously considering it. Your game can wait, Kay. We need to call on one more of your practical skills. I think you know the one. Oh, you bet I do. One crime scene recreation coming right up. Say what now? Let me show you. Introducing a great thief's greatest secret weapon, Little Thief. Thank God they didn't forget Little Thief existed. Whoa, screens are printing from thin air. This is some next level tech, sis. You remember the Matrix exists. Want to talk me through the deets? What are you doing now? I'm inputting everything we need for the stimulation. Allow me to explain. This is Mr. Thief. It's a device that can recreate crime scenes at specific moments in time based on the data you feed it. How about I start us off with a recreation of what the yard looked like yesterday? Good idea. That was when they were in the middle of tearing down the stage. We didn't pay much attention to the well then. Who knows? Maybe we have overlooked something. Leave it to me. I'll use the photo I took. Beepity boop boop beep beep boop boop. That's all the data. Just gotta pump the projection power to max and dark skies of evening. When no one other bird dares take wing, a one alone remains all-seeing. Now witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood. Oh, they updated the sprite. Yipes, what is this? It's a recreation of how things were yesterday, modeled on the data I gave Little Thief. This gadget was a tool used by the original Yatagarasu. They'll use it to plan robberies. Well, there's no harm in using it for something on the right side of the law now. As an OS patch. Let's go. Okay, but keep in mind that it can only recreate what you tell it to. Can't simulate things it doesn't have data for. And if the data itself contains mistakes, then you'll wind up with those same mistakes in the recreation too. But this particular recreation is based on case photos, so we shouldn't run into any problems. That's enough preamble. Shall we get started? Yerp. Don't forget you can examine stuff in the recreation just like in real life. You can also present evidence to try to clear up any inconsistencies you find. Thank you, of course. Thanks for the reminder. Let's take a look at the well. That's a well. We should examine the area carefully. It might just hold the clue we need. That's a sturdy looking hemmed rope lying on the ground. Kind of reminds me of the ropes we used for playing tug of war in school. The answer is no, Kay. What? I didn't even say anything yet. I see it also has a metal stake attached to one end. Oh yeah. I really thought Kay was about to say, oh yeah, it looks like something we used in school for tug of war. I was like, come on. That's such a good joke. You should have put it in the game. There was no tent, was there? In which case, what was it used for? It's a metal weight of some kind. It looks like it weighs... The projection makes it a little tricky to read. Do you remember how heavy it was, Kay? Brother, what do you mean? Sure, it was 30 pounds. What does anyone need such a heavy weight for anyway? It doesn't seem related to the circus show at any rate. What are a bunch of pulleys doing here? They don't seem to be well pulleys for lifting buckets. Well was behind the stage, which means there aren't many people who could have thrown Knight's body down it during the show. This is looking worse and worse for Mr. Sane. So what do you think all the stuff around the well was used for? I can't see any of the animals that need them for their part of their... No, I was so awake before this started. Why am I yawning? Indeed, nothing immediately strikes me as likely purpose. We'll have to ask Mr. Barry later. Okay, don't believe there's anything more to be found here. What about the pulley? It's Ace Attorney. It's so boring to him. No! It looks like this is designed for raising and lowering a bucket. No sign of buckets, though. I got everything. All right. Time to do a little thinking. Okay, fuck you, game. These chairs must have been for the audience. Wow, I pity whoever had to put them all away. Really, why? Ha! You've clearly never had to fold up a bunch of boring chairs before, huh? Not personally. I've told other people to do it, though. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. You gotta roll up your sleeves and help out once in a while. Yeah! Grr, I'll consider it. No, you won't. Absolute lying behavior. Yes, this is where our circus stage stood. You think people would be interested in a great thieving show? Okay, this is the same dialogue as before. A wicker basket, or rather a cart given the wheels. Hey, wouldn't it be fun to hop in and race it down a hill? Oh, you know what else would be fun? Racing down a hill on office chairs. Yeah, okay, I can see it. Where did any of that come from? What was the name of our trunk happy friend again? Azia, the Asian elephant. Of course, how could I forget? Not exactly inspired though, is it? Was Miss Berry having an off day today when she came up with it? Oh my gosh, Mr. Edgeworth, not in front of the poor elephant herself. In fact, that's about all there is to find for now. Detective Gumshoe should be here soon too. Okay, can you power down Mr. Thief now? Sure thing. Preparing to return to normality. Okay. Sorry, sir. I came as quick as I could. Ah, speak of the devil. Ah, detective. That was indeed impressively quick. Missile is not happy. You know me, sir. Never did like to keep you waiting. Thanks for coming all this way too, Regina. No problem. This seems way more fun than rehearsal, so I ditched him for the day. Missile, bite. True. All right, detective. Let's get started with Missile. Yes, sir. Hey, Missile, over here, boy. What's the matter? Come on, boy. Come on. What's wrong with him? Looks like he's scared of something, sir. Eek! Alligator! Guess he's not a fan, sir. Where's our favorite clown? Not here yet, unfortunately. I doubt he'll be of much help to us like this. Any other bright ideas, Miles Sereno? Yes, actually. Miss Berry, would you mind lending us a hand? Oh, I'd love to. Just tell me what you need. You need me to teach Allie some tricks. I doubt she could do it, but nothing quite like that. I'd simply like an account of what the yard looked like during the show. I like where this is going. You're thinking of using Little Thief again, am I right? If you'd be so kind. Okay, I plugged in all the data. Firing up the stimulation. There you go. This is what the yard was like during the show. The time at which the body was reported to have been thrown down the well. Look at our boyo. There's the clown. Oh wow, this is so amazing. It's like magic. No magic here, just sweet, sweet data. Someone hiding inside the alligator? Probably not. Which is why, The airbag on the stage is missing. Yeah, Regina said she wasn't involved in getting the stage set up. So we don't have any data on what it was like back there. No data, no simulation, huh? Brutal. I'm so sorry, you guys. It's all because I let Simeon do everything by himself. Oh, no. It's all my frilly associate's fault. Objection, Fender. Anyway, we got a fresh simulation now, but we still have other data, too. I can switch back whenever you want to recreate them taking down the stage. So you can examine the scene both during and after the show and switch between the two at will. I can switch between recreations by using Y to talk with K. Now, let's continue our investigation, shall we? They're really like, hey, here's every mechanic you're going to use in the game in the first trial that you're actually doing. Story of forbidden love between a tiger and an elephant. Wish I could have seen it. Wish I could have seen Simeon up there on stage too. Oh, he was wonderful. The way he flew off that stage. Ah, yes, that scene. His victory is depicted in a very unique manner, whereby the villain is sent flying from the stage. Having been ejected from the stage in this manner, the villain no longer appears in the performance. So you're saying the crime took place during that time. Roughly how long would you say Mr. Sate was off stage for, Miss Berry? Let's see. I guess it was around 15 minutes, just as Judge Gavel said. Isn't it pretty hairy, healthy, safety-wise, having an elephant fling a guy off stage? Not at all. Azia's very gentle. Doubt. Not sure it changes much if she flings him gently or roughly. Too gentle, in fact. When we first rehearsed it, she barely nudged him. But by the end, he was flying off that stage. Not because of Azia, though. Salmon has figured out some kind of trick, apparently. Isn't that amazing? A trick. Do you have any idea what kind of trick? Who, me? Oh no, it was Simeon's big thing. I wouldn't know where to start. Would it perhaps be putting a weight down a well to give him propulsion? pen is that hold of the Asian elephant, now empty as the lady herself is on stage. Why don't they got her in and out in the first place? What do you mean? Well, the entrance to the yard is people size. And there's like a gazillion megawatts pumping through that fence. Kind of risky, no? Not if one turned off the electricity. Yeah, but then all the prisoners would escape. Through an entrance blocked by an elephant? I think not. This is a real puzzler, alright. I'll need to give it more thought. The basket was empty in the other recreation. Oh yeah, but it was definitely empty in the photo I took too. Oops, sorry, I made a mistake when I was filling you in earlier. Oh? That basket's for holding Isaiah's food, but on the morning of the show, all the apples that were in it had vanished. Poof! I totally forgot to mention it. Sorry. Disappearing apples. I should make note of this. Okay. Whimper. It's as bad as it looks, sir. Poor little guy scared out of his skin. I'd hope to have him track that son again, but that clearly isn't in the cards now. Whimper. Poor doggo. Alright, we got some shit. The trick Mr. Saint performed for his big scene could have something to do with all the items we found by the well. Lumbercat, how dare you? How dare you, Lumbercat? Joeless indeed. Okay, I'd like to have another look at the equipment around the well yesterday. Could I have Mr. Teeth bring up the recreation for when they were tearing down the stage? You got it! Take another look at these items. Could they not have been used for this trick of Mr. Saint's? Sounds plausible enough. Hey, maybe I could add it to the simulation. Good idea. Please go and ask Mr. Saint for the details. Roger that. I'll be right back. Why not just ask him to begin with? What all that stuff is for? I'm back and he told me exactly how he did it. Excellent. Well, and how does it work? Well, he said he used the pulley at the top of the well to suspend a large heavy weight from a rope and lowered that down into the well. The other end of the rope went through 2 more pulleys and was tied around his body. I see, so he used the downward pull of the weight to help launch him into the air. How did he make sure the weight only dropped when he wanted it to? He used a stake to stop it, that's how. Mr. Barry doesn't seem to know anything about the trick, or the contraption he built for it, in which case, I suppose it must have been Mr. Saint himself who pulled out the stake. That's right, and to do that, he used a second length of rope. He tied it to the stake. Why does, like, this particular arrangement of lines look familiar? Yeah, whatever. It was released and the weight dropped down the well. It's a great trick. I have to steal it. This one has to go in Great Thieves' repertoire. It may not be quite that easy. These kinds of circus trips can require years of practice to master. Simply stealing the idea won't be enough. Alright, practice it is then. Well, before you run away to do so, would you mind updating the simulation? Alright, then we can see how it all worked for ourselves. Okay, I'm switching back to the recreation of the performance. Yippee! And now to add in the data. Little Thief should be able to reproduce the trick now. Oh! Yeah, that would stop it, huh? This is how Mr. State performed his trick. Simeon's full of surprises, huh? I mean, dropping a weight down a well to help him fly off stage like that. That's genius, indeed. But I imagine he would have needed quite a lot more weight. More than him, at the very least. Would have taken some serious pull to lift him into the air like that. Yeah, and probably a ton of practice. Why is the weight still here? That one heavy weight kind of makes you think how much this must be weighing on Simeon. It does. I'm not quite sure I see it myself. Oh, too bad we don't have the real thing here. Otherwise, I'd hang it around your neck. Fucking excuse me? Okay? Hello? Then we'll see how you like it. You face some stiff resistance if you try, I can promise you that. This tarp, it's just like the one we saw in the workshop. Yes, but why is it here? But why is it here? Are you okay, Mr. Edgeworth? You've gone kind of blank. I intend to stay blank until you stop stealing my thoughts. Mr. Saint used the well to construct a contraption that would send him flying from the stage. It made clever use of 2 ropes. The apples in the basket were likely eaten by Azia. Really, that's strange. I made sure to put the cart where her trunk couldn't reach them. Are you sure about that? Oh yes, it was still full of apples the night before the show. Then we must consider the possibility that the cart was moved to somewhere within Azia's reach. A basket full of apples couldn't have been moved by the wind, which likely means somebody moved it for a reason. So before the show had even started, the cart had been moved and its apples eaten. Yes, that seems to be the most probable timeline. Let's update the recreation, Kay. Will do. I'll add that into the simulation of the performance. Updating based on what Regina told us now. Yum yum apples. Little wonder it smelled of animals. It was used by the elephant to hold Azia's apples, right? Yep, it was full of them the day before the show, so they vanished overnight. Oh, did you figure something out, Mr. Edgeworth? Quite possibly. Wait, doesn't this seem odd to you? No? You haven't noticed, Detective. There's something strange about the weight we found. The one weight on its own wouldn't be heavy enough. A single 30-pound weight couldn't have lifted Mr. Saint off the ground. Oh yeah! In which case, couldn't there perhaps be some weights missing? Sounds like a job for my 7 secret weapons, sir. Should I... The need to use them arise. I suppose I should speak with him then. What else do we got? Those don't seem to be related, but it could be, I guess. I know what you're looking for. It's written all over your face. Is it missile may be temporarily out of action? But my fishing rod is good to go whenever you need it. Oh, and if you want to give the metal detector a shot, I have that too. The fishing rod is certainly not ready to go. I'll let you know if I need either of them, Detective. Every good game has fishing! Detective, I have need of one of your secret weapons. Roger that. The metal detector, if you would be so kind. Ah, jeez. I'm never gonna use my fishing rod. It was the first thing I had you use. So before we get started, let me run you through how the metal detector works, sir. It's simple enough. Okay. And this gauge, the closer to something made of metal. The closer you get, the more strongly it will react. When it starts going wild like this, just give me the order to examine the spot where I'm standing. Say, what do we got here? Oh, the fence. Anyway, that's how it works. You tell me where to look, sir, and I'll get it right on it. Yo, Gumshoe Gaming! Let's go! Sir, I'm picking up something over here. Let's take a look and see. Huh? Found these little guys in the grass. The same as the weight we found by the well. They must be from Mr. Saint's trick. Did someone hide these here on purpose? I count 4 of them together, sir. That'd be more than heavy enough to send them flying. So someone hid several of the weights as the one by the wall. But why? And why over here? Yes, nice work, me. Eek! Alligator! I never give me a heart attack. Huh? What's the matter, detective? It's a metal detector, sir. It's, reacting to the alligator. Wait, did the alligator actually eat someone? You sure it's not responding to the weights we just found? No, sir. I'm sure this is something different. I'm sure it's coming from the alligator. And she's gone. Ha! We scared that big snapper. Good. I don't think that's it, Kay. Huh, then what is it? Allie hasn't been herself lately. That's the name, Allie, the warden's favorite pet. She wouldn't even look at the food Warden Lagarde brought her yesterday. She was acting as if, I don't know, as if maybe she'd eaten something that didn't agree with her. Maybe the metal detector was responding to whatever she ate, sir. Oh no, what if she ate one of the weights? I highly doubt that even an alligator could swallow a 30-pound lump of iron. So what did the metal detector actually pick up? And why would someone hide those weights? Perhaps I missed something when I looked at the equipment by the well. Okay, can you recreate the scene again? Coming right up. But, This spot is home to Warden Lagarde's beloved alligator. And look! Those bones must be from her latest meal. I somehow doubt an alligator could pick a carcass clean like that. You think? I got the feeling she was rather ladylike in her own way, actually. If you say so. Well, I do. I kind of have a sixth sense for these things. Interesting talent, though. Not one I'm particularly envious of. Two pulleys, the tarp, deduce. What am I pointing at? The tarp. That's the only thing we're missing, right? Okay, or not. Fuck me, I guess. It's missing something. What? The second rope? A bucket, that's true. Eureka! Think about the two recreations, the one during the performance and the one we're looking for right now. There's a major difference between the two, namely that one of the ropes is missing. Oh yeah! Mr. Saint's trick wouldn't work with only the items we see before us, so what happened? Where did the missing rope go? I think one of the pieces of evidence you've collected might tell us exactly that. Really? What shows there is a missing rope went? Take that! This rope we found besides Knight's body. Wait, you mean... Yes, it must have been the other rope used in Mr. Saint's trick. So you're saying, yes, this rope did indeed have a weight attached to it. But it wasn't any of the iron weights we found. Those were hidden into the bushes and replaced with something else. What was it, Mr. Edgeworth? Come on, I'm dying here. Think about what the rope we found in the workshop was related to. Do that and you'll soon figure out the answer. The weight dropped down the well in place of the iron weights was... Take that! Mr. Knight's body was dropped down the well. What? Mr. Knight's body was the weight? Yes, somebody first swapped out the weights used for Mr. Saint's trick. Then, Mr. Saint used the contraption to make his exit from the stage. When he let go of the rope, his body loose. Both the rope and Miss Knight's body fell to the bottom of the well. That rope was never used to restrain Knight. It was used to suspend his body halfway down the well. From this, we can easily see why most of the weights were hidden, so that no one realized they'd been replaced with the body. Precisely, we can then further deduce that they were hidden by the killer. Whoa there, gang. Wasn't poor old Bronco stabbed in the neck? Wouldn't there be blood everywhere, including down the well? Oh, the killer thought of that, which is why they used this to stop Mr. Knight's blood from going everywhere.
Take that!
This tarp was found with the body. I think it's likely that Knight's corpse was wrapped in it. Oh, another piece of the puzzle falls into place. It's all coming together now. Love it. But all we're doing is proving that the body did go down the well, which means we're helping to prove that Simeon was the killer. No, not quite. But what about what Miss Scavell said? Ah, but if Mr. Saint truly is the killer, why would he need to go through such lengths to commit a crime? That's true. Knight's body fell down the well when Mr. Saint used his contraption during the show. Therefore, it reveals nothing about where the real killer actually was or what they were doing at the time. It's only designed to throw suspicion onto those who were not at the show. Yeah, I guess we did suspect Mr. Candace right away, huh? That was the killer's goal, to make us think that the crime took place during the show. In other words, they used the well contraption to construct an alibi. Miss Barry, when exactly did Mr. Saint put his contraption together? It would have been the day before the show, the night before actually. Yes, we're starting to get ready for the show around 9 p.m. I think we finished around midnight, in which case the killer must have switched the weights out for the body after that point. Did Candace know about this contraption? Even if he did, he wouldn't have been able to do much with it. And I highly doubt he taught his dog to suspend bodies halfway down the wells. Which means Candace isn't the killer. These were both moves the night before. The basket was moved the night before the circus performance, and we deduced that the weights were switched out for the body around the same time. Hard to chalk that up to coincidence, huh? Then the next question we should be asking is, why was the cart moved? I think I can hazard a guess. The cart would have been blocking that door, which can only mean that someone needed to open it. Now, let's see what... Oh, great. It's locked. Let me ask a guard for help. Hey, Mr. Guard! Yes, miss. What can I do for you? That was fast. Guard, where's the key for this door? Oh, the warden keeps hold of that. I'll go ask her for it. Warden Lagarde is the only one with the key. Meaning if someone did open the door, they would have needed to get it from her somehow. Thanks for the help. Okay. Look at all these breakers. They must control the electricity for the whole prison. So we're thinking someone got in here the night before the show, right? But why? What were they trying to do? I doubt they came here by mistake thinking it was a break room. They must have had to come to tamper with the switches. Did they turn off the power to something? Come to think of it, wasn't there something that lost power? What might have lost power had a breaker been flipped? God, they're really making me remember all this shit, huh? There was a 3-hour gap in the security camera footage, but I remembered. Oh yeah, there was. Someone flipped the breaker it was connected to. It seems very likely. You think it was the killer? It's true that shutting off the cameras would have made things easier for them. It would! Which means the killer would have had to be someone who had access to the breakers, and it seems only one person has the key. It can't be, could it? Alright, little thief. Your work here is done. Investigation complete. First on the scene, the early bird wins the worm. Good morning, Mr. Winner. What? How do you get here before me? Good morning, Mr. Edgeworth. I see you made an early start. And I see you made a late one, Judge Gavel. This is not my only case. I'm a very busy woman. Not all of us enjoy the freedom of a prosecutor relieved of his only current responsibility. I do apologize. I meant, of course, an associate attorney. Associate, more like asinine. Well, we'll see about that. Eustace, let's begin the investigation of the yard. Okay, I'll go get some officers to help. That won't be necessary. Why not? We've already finished investigating the yard and won quite the prize in the process. Won? But I'm supposed to be the winner. Your Honor. I'd like to revisit your theory from yesterday in order to thoroughly disprove it. I would caution you to choose your words carefully, Mr. Edgeworth. As I'm sure you remember, your badge is in my hands. How could I forget? You've told me several dozen times already. That's true! Perhaps you'd care to try a different threat. You have been warned repeatedly, yes. Each time my words seem to have fallen on deaf ears. Allow me to make this crystal clear. The committee cannot and will not tolerate insubordination. The fate of my badge and the whims of the committee are of no concern to me now. The only thing that concerns me is proving Simmons Saint's innocent. Interesting, and spoken like a true defense attorney. In that case, I shall be equally uncompromising. In the name of the goddess of justice. I will strike down your case without mercy, and when I'm done, your career as a prosecutor will be over as well. Hope you do not come to regret this. My theory remains the same as it was related to from yesterday. Mr. Castoraro did not see Mr. Knight's body when he passed through the tunnel. As such, the body could only have been dropped down the well during the show. We both know the only one who could have dropped the body down there during the show is Mr. Saint. That's still your assertion, and you can prove it, of course. Of course she can. Who do you think you're up against? What Eustace means to say is that we received the final autopsy report just ahead of our arrival. She really is a very busy woman, busy looking after baby Winner. The victim appears to have died the night before the body was discovered. In other words, the night before the show. The cause of death is as stated. It seems the wound is 4 inches deep. Simeon Saint was off stage for a period of 15 minutes. There was plenty of time for him to throw the victim's body down the well. Judge Gavel hasn't investigated the yard yet, which means... I fear there may be something of a flaw with your theory, Your Honor. You seem very confident of that. But do you have the evidence to prove it? Yes, I think I just might. No. Now see Mr. Knight's body when he passed through the tunnel. As such, the body could only have been dropped down the well during the show. We both know the only one who could have dropped the body down there during the show is Mr. Saint. Objection! Objection! Me when I'm a fucking nerd. Sorry, Your Honor, but there's something else you're gonna have to take into account. The well in the yard was rigged up to create a certain unique contraption. A contraption? Go on. You'll recall that Mr. Saint was sent flying from the elephant by the stage by the elephant. I do, just before he was to be absent for some time. He was only able to fly through the air thanks to a weighted rope he tied around himself. Dropping the weighted end down the well allowed him to complete the trick. Wait, wouldn't that send him flying as soon as he set foot on stage? It's simple, really. He kept the weight falling by using a stake to keep the rope in place. With the second rope, he used to pull the stake free, therefore controlling the weight was dropped. We found evidence to suggest that the original weight was replaced by Knight's body. It was done by the real killer in order to create an alibi. The estimated time of death tells us that the murder took place early in the morning. The killer could have tampered with the contraption in the time between the murder and the show. You're saying Mr. Saint himself set this contraption up, right? Well then, who do you think is the #1 most likely person to have used it to dispose of a body, Even you must see how this looks. If Mr. Saint was the killer, he could have simply done as Judge Gavel theorized, without these extra steps. Miss Barry, yes. Does anyone else know how Mr. Saint's tricks work? Well, let's see. We had to get the prison's approval on what we were going to perform. So I don't think Simeon's the only one who knows. And there you have it. Overruled. Eustace did it. Interesting. You have certainly been diligent in your investigation, and yet I fail to comprehend your actions still. Why do you not work to do what is right? Is what I am doing wrong? If so, who is it that deems it so? How can you not grasp even that? How could you not see that you are doing wrong at this very moment? You are a prosecutor, and yet you aid the defense. This flies in the face of common sense. You are breaking every rule in the book. I think only of what is right and just, and act as I see fit in each situation I am confronted with. This is the path I have chosen, and whether you can comprehend that choice is immaterial. But if you mean to stand in my way, I will fight back with all I can bring to bear. Perhaps the goddess of justice is testing me. Very well. If it is her will that we must fight, then I shall end this once and for all. Listen well, Mr. Edgeworth, for there is another reason why only Mr. Saint could be the killer. Why Saint is the suspect. Then Mr. Knight must have been the first brought here to the yard from his cell. The only person who had the opportunity to do that is Simeon Saint, and thus he remains the only plausible suspect. Mr. Saint took a cage with him to Mr. Knight's cell. But why would he do that? Why take such an unwieldy object all the way to the holding cell? Yeah, it is pretty sus. Edgeworth sus? We've all met Mr. Saint. That's exactly the kind of thing he would do. It's entirely plausible that he took the cage with him out of absent-mindedness and nothing else. It may be plausible, but it is no more or less plausible than him having helped Mr. Knight to escape. I need some real solid evidence if I'm going to get her to budge. Move from the yard to the workshop. Then Mr. Knight must have been first brought here to the yard from the cell. Was there really no other way he could come here? Mr. Knight was awaiting trial. If he, a random non-inmate, had freely entered the prison proper, he surely would have been noticed. And presumably none of your witnesses have testified to seeing him such a thing. Precisely. Praise be to the goddess of justice for granting you this insight. Soon as you will agree, it can only be that Mr. Knight was brought here in secret.
Hold it!
Hold it! You're certain no one else had the opportunity. Need I remind you that we are in a prison? The entire facility is monitored at all times. Anything out of the ordinary would have been spotted. But Mr. Saint was under that same scrutiny, was he not? The warden has granted the members of the circus troupe special access. As a member of that troupe under the supervision of Miss Barry, he is the only person who has free to wander where he wills. Seems you've forgotten something, Your Honor. Forget is not a word in my vocabulary, Mr. Edgeworth. Very well, then recall this fact, if you will. You claim that Mr. Saint is the only person who is free to walk around the prison. But there was a brief period of time on the day of the crime in this prison, a time when it would have been possible for anyone to move through the prison entirely unmonitored. What do I have that shows that there was a period of time when the day of crime was oversight was limited? The security footage? Like, what do you want from me?
Take that!
Yeah, okay. Mr. Saint is far from the only one who had the opportunity. Which opportunity are we talking about again? We previously established that the time code on the security footage was off by 3 hours, and from this, we can deduce that there must have been a power outage lasting for that length of time, during which anyone could have moved around the prison undetected. You mean to say that our killer intentionally created this 3-hour gap? That is no simple camera malfunction. Is that even possible? It is completely possible to create a 3-hour gap using this!
Take that!
Our investigation of the yard turned up something rather interesting. A panel of breakers, one which can be used to cut the power to security cameras. We also learned that the door to the power room may have been opened at the time of the murder. Whoa, what? Such a shame to see one so capable fall so short of the mark. Mr. Urgent knows what he's doing. Then how does he explain the lock on the power room door? Oh yeah, it was kind of locked up tight. And the warden's the only one with the key. Those breakers are vital to the prison's infrastructure, so I very much doubt that anyone could have gained access to the power room's key so easily. No, but one person could have. I beg your pardon. That person, the killer, had easy access to it, in fact. And what's more, the position here is such that nobody would dare question them. What? There's no one like that. The breaker to the electric fence is in there. It would be questioned in an instant. There's only one person who meets the criteria. I can hardly believe it myself, but I have to follow the logic leads. The person who had access to the power room key was...
Take that!
The real culprit is... Warden Lagarde. Oh, just look at you. Aren't you the cutest little poochooch? He's not just a pretty face. Miss always has quite the nose for sweet things. It seems he's smelling something very sweet indeed, and it's coming from you. Oh, darling, you're making me blush. I'm not even wearing perfume. Then perhaps, is it the sweet stench of death? You're a regular poet, aren't you? I had no idea. If I didn't know better, I'd almost think you were calling moi the killer. That is precisely what I'm calling you. What? Warden Lagarde is the killer. Miles Edgeworth. Do you realize what you're saying? Oh, ho, 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 such a naughty boy. How could he suspect me? I'm the one in charge around here. It's like we're in a murder mystery, aren't we? And equally far-fetched. That is preposterous. This is preposterous. Sadly, it is not, although I can hardly believe it myself. But this is where the evidence points, and we must trust in the evidence. This piece of evidence proves that Warden Lestrade is the killer. Is it not just the breakers again? Okay, but we don't have that yet, Edgeworth.
Take that!
Your scent betrays you, Warden. And here is your accuser. The police dog. We had him track a sweet scent that was lingering around Mr. Knight's body back when it was first found. He now appears to be smelling the same scent, and it's coming from you. Oh, darling, you're priceless, really you are. Your evidence is a whiff of suspicion. Verity, dear, do you put him in his place? Dear Judge Gavel, may have reached a similar conclusion to myself. You believe this to be no mere coincidence, Miss Miles Edgeworth. Mr. Miles Edgeworth. I do. After all, she had the key. And the scent found lingering on the body is hers as well. Were it just one or the other, we might be able to brush off as a coincidence, however. Indeed, then it seems a conclusion approaches. Perhaps we should hear what the warden has to say for herself. We should, and when we have, this case will finally beat at an end. You're all being simply awful. Stop looking at me like that. Me, the killer. Hello, sister. How could I possibly do such a thing? Very easily, in fact. I didn't do it. Verity told me everything she knows about the case, sweetie. The victim died in his cell, so by your logic, I would have had to kill him there. How am I supposed to have moved the body, especially as I never went into the prison? I was too busy with work, you see. I was cooped up in my office right until the show began. Check if you like. You won't find a record anywhere of me having entered or left the prison proper. I haven't the first idea what harebrained theories you little scamps have cooked up, but I'm innocent. There's simply no way I could be the killer. Give it a break. Missile doesn't lie. Don't make it hard on everyone. Just come clean. Oh dear, I'm afraid you are the one making things difficult. As I just said, I never went into the prison. As I said, boo! To check those records, which means they won't help us. We'll just have to find another way of getting the truth out of her. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, stop being a big silly. You made a boo-boo, and you know it. I hate the way this person talks. Why do you always yawn when I'm here? Look! I'm not yawning because you're here, alright? I'm yawning because I'm yawning. Stare. I didn't do it. You bore him. Don't say that.
Hold it!
Hold it. The murder took place in his cell. You seem very happy to accept that. And why shouldn't I be? It seemed the most likely place for it to have happened without drawing attention. And besides, I found Knight's blood in his cell. Yes, but that was from being struck by Mr. Carcerato. I don't need to tell her that, I suppose. I take it there will also be no testimony to the contrary. What does it matter? Knight being killed in a cell doesn't go against any of the facts anyway. Move the body, especially as I never went to the prison. Why don't I have the cart in here? Whatever.
Hold it!
And because she's here. Now go to bed. No! How many evidence you didn't enter the prison? Please, darling, let me finish. With work, you see, I was cooped up in my office until right before the show starts.
Hold it!
So you're in your office the whole time and you didn't notice anything unusual? No, I can't say that I did. I'm a rather messy girl. And a forgetful one at that. I put something down and it's lost forever. It's a curse, darling, a curse. I even lost some important evidence recently. It was gone. Poof, just like that. What? And she still has a job? He yawned again. It has nothing to do with me being tired. It's when I'm talking fast, I start yawning. I don't know what to tell you. Nah. Seems like I need more than the power room key to expose her. On the day of the murder, I was working in my office, and looking for something I misplaced. Even had a reason to go into the prison, I simply wouldn't have had the time.
Hold it!
Hold it! Sure, maybe you didn't go through the main entrance to the prison, but what if you took another route? Oh, come now, sweetie. Surely you didn't mean that awful, filthy tunnel they discovered. Why, until yesterday, I had no idea it even existed. No, you got it another way, and I'm certain of it. A route that didn't require going through the main entrance or the tunnel.
Take that!
Take that! Through the fence. Him to your office, which just happened to be connected to the yard. If you had a way through the fence, then you would have been able to circumvent both the entrance and the tunnel. Hee hee. A gold star for creativity, darling. And how would I have gotten through the fence? Extremely high fence, topped with razor wire, with thousands of volts of electricity going through it. Yeah, how's she supposed to have gone through it, huh? Tomato Curry is playing TF2, based. The fence's electricity supply can be cut off from the power room. And only you had the key, Warden. No one but you could have done it. Utterly ridiculous. The power room is on the prison side of the yard. Warden Lagarde was on the detention center side. How would she have reached the power room? Exactly, Verity, darling. Well, Clem, I'm not saying that. You dug yourself the real hole now. Gurk, there is no record of Warden Lagarde having entered the prison proper. The idea that she could have shut off the fence by using the breakers out of the question. Ugh. There must be some way she could have done it. Take a deep breath, big guy. Lose your cool and you've lost everything. But if I don't find a solution, she might still wiggle out of this. Hey, I said take a deep breath, not freak out and completely lose your cool. True. There's nothing to be gained by banging your head against the same wall, yeah? No matter how you look at it, Warden Lagarde couldn't have done it alone. Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you cannot find a... You aren't doing yourself any favors by instructing justice through your silence. That was a reflexive objection, but now that I've yelled it, if I don't come up with an answer, it's all over. I have one more thing to add, if you'll permit me. Something that explains how the warden could have shut off the breaker from the wrong side of the fence. Yes, because it's not as impossible as it seems. What enabled her to shut off the breaker? She couldn't have done it alone. But what if she wasn't alone? Ooh, now we're talking. Way to flex the old gray matter, kiddo. I believe that Warden Lagarde had an accomplice. Enough. You disappoint me, Mr. Edgeworth. What do you mean? Mr. Edgeworth has said nothing wrong. The inmates of this prison are all issued with security bracelets. The one that raises alarm if people go where they're not supposed to. Ah. I see you've realized your error. And we are, of course, within the prison grounds. Where not only the bracelets worn, but even the guards surveil each other for signs of wrongdoing. Despite all that, no one noticed Mr. Carcerato's escape. The only ones who are free to roam are the animals. The alligator! And they could certainly sigh. Could not have operated the breaker. So, no, our accomplice must be human. Then who did it, given that it cannot have been a prisoner or a guard? Objection! I wouldn't be so quick to rule out either, Your Honor. The fact is, there is one person, someone whose movements weren't restricted. And I have just the evidence to show who that free-roaming person is!
Take that!
Take that! This is one of the prisoner's bracelets. Indeed, a broken bracelet belonging to a certain self-proclaimed model prisoner. What do you mean? And who is this prisoner? Frank saw it. Warden Lagarde's favorite inmate. It's strange, isn't it, Warden? That he was able to keep his broken bracelet hidden and wander freely around the prison all the while. That is pretty funky, and I don't mean in a good way. It couldn't be the case that he was permitted some sort of special leeway, could it? Although you are in the habit of giving such leeway to others. Canis, for example. Mr. Edgeworth, that is pure speculation. In that case, why don't we ask Mr. Sod himself? I'm confident he will confirm to us that he and Mr. Lagarde were accomplices in this crime. The two of them had worked together. A certain route into the prison becomes viable. The real route by which Knight was moved from his cell to the prison proper. Recall that there were two big obstacles in her path. First, the security cameras outside Knight's cell. Second, the electrified fence in the yard. But she was able to remove both obstacles in one fell swoop by having Mr. Sod shut off the corresponding breakers. Hold it! Alright, Mr. Edgeworth, you've had your fun. And, do you still deny it, Warden Lagarde? No, darling, you got me. I admit it. Warden? Tell me this isn't true. Sorry, Verity, honey, I'm afraid it is. Frankie helped me do it. No way. You did it, Mr. Edgeworth, you got her. Nice shooting, cowboy. She won't be wriggling out of this now. As Mr. Edgeworth said, I had Frankie switch off the breaker. But, we didn't kill Knight, did we? No, sweetums, no, we didn't. What? Warden, explain yourself. Oh, Verity, dear. I doubt your precious goddess will want to hear my excuses now. She is all merciful. You have but to confess and you shall be saved. Oh gosh, alright, I was being threatened. I had no choice but to do as he said. Who's he? Canis, that awful assassin. Canis? How long has it been since that awful man came here to my beautiful prison? I'll never forget the day he arrived. Flashback. The moment we were alone, he said this to me. You should know that I have other dogs. Dogs not confined to this fine institution. Others? Yes, very loyal dogs. Dogs who will do anything I ask of them. Of course, he wasn't talking about real dogs. He was talking about his very human cronies. And then he said one last thing. I would recommend that you take care in how you treat me during my stay here. I wouldn't want to have to set my dogs on you or your precious family. I had no choice. I gave him that cell. I gave him everything he asked for. Everything? Wait. Is that how he became the fixer? Yes, darling. I obeyed his every command and smuggled in for him all the things that he wanted. Eventually, I brought dear sweet Frankie into our little conspiracy. He agreed right away, of course, because I made things easier for him too. So you were smuggling in contraband. How exactly? Once a week, late at night, Frankie would shut off the breakers. That allowed me to go from my office into the yard without being seen by the cameras. Then I simply dropped the packages down the well onto the prison side and went through the fence. Each one of them spritzed with a little of my perfume. So that's what the sweet smell was. Yes, it was a signal for Canis's dog. When he picked up the scent, he would fetch the packages and bring them back to his master. We had to make sure Rocco wasn't in his cell at the time, of course. Can't have been easy keeping him from finding out. Oh, we're very much creatures of habit here at prison, darling. Everything runs to a schedule. Meals, exercise hours, that sort of thing. We know when he wasn't there. And that adorable little bear of his freezes with fright at the sight of Canis's dog, poor thing. So there's no risk of him raising the alarms either. She has oversight over everything here at the prison, which makes her the perfect mule. With her on her side, Candace could fail. Frankie would sneak out again early in the morning to switch the breaker back on, and our work was done. Apart from fixing the time codes on the camera, which I would do later when I got the chance. You have shared a great deal, Warden. The Goddess of Justice will surely take your honesty into account. I've been the most dreadful fool I know I have. I'm supposed to be the one in charge. The day of Knight's murder was also one of our delivery days, so Frankie, bless his heart, did his usual work with the breakers. But there was no package for me to deliver that day, so I didn't go out into the yard. So that's the secret behind the fixer system, and why she was his accomplices for the longest time. Even I've had to lend them a hand myself, you know. Heaven knows how many times I've hauled the secretive scoundrel into my office to talk to me. But no matter what I say or how much evidence I present him with, he simply won't say a word. That's why you were interrogating Mr. Canis over and over. Exactly, I was trying to track down those horrible henge people of his. I borrowed everything the police had on that rotten scoundrel. I watched his every move, intercepted every letter he wrote. His letters. I suppose you must know about his correspondence chess games, too. No matter what I did, I couldn't turn up any clues as to who his underlings were. Living in fear like this, oh, you just can't comprehend it. As you have just heard it from yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The words of Warden the Guard's confessions have cleansed her of all suspicion. Sure, there's no need to hound her any longer. Has she really been cleared of all suspicion, though? Or is there more to her to uncover? I'm sorry, Your Honor, but this conversation isn't over yet. I think the Goddess of Justice would agree. To me to make her suffer even more than she already has. Unfortunately, her suffering under Mr. Canis does nothing to prove her innocence in Knight's murder. She admitted herself that she knew of and even facilitated the so-called fixer's delivery route. I believe she used the same route to move Knight's body. And where's your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth? It's in the fact that the sweet smell of Knight's body is the exact scent Warden the Guard uses to signal a delivery. What do you make of that? Well, that's because we've done it so many times by now that the whole well probably smells of it. Some of it must have just rubbed off his body that Mr. Carceretto provided. A smell, yeah, always smelled kind of nice down there. Nice. Gee, I don't know, it smelled sort of like dessert, I guess. His words would seem to suggest that the smell had permeated the well. Ah, you've been rendered speechless, I see. Then I hereby move to adjourn this session of the court. No, what do we do, Mr. Edgeworth? What can I do? Is this as far as we can go? Finally, so we're actually done. Yes, Eustace, it seems we are. By the power vested in me, this court is adjourned. Hold it! Who was that? Oh my god, it's just like the last case! Stop it! Come on, Judge G, things are just getting good. Fender, are you objecting to my adjourning this session? Heh, no. Would have tried an objection if I wanted to do that. You do you. G, adjourn? Don't adjourn. Whatever floats your boat. What are you doing, Mr. Fender? Big yawn. Trying to get myself to breathe. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Let's all take a chill pill, shall we? Which means a square of chocolatey goodness, anyone? Are you trying to get yourself charged with contempt of court? No, my bad. I just had a quick request to make is all. As Simeon Saint's lawyer is all. Ah yes, I'd forgotten that you were his real attorney, Mr. Fender. How could you? You're killing me here. Can you blame me? You've been making Edgeworth do everything this whole time. Right you are, which is why I figured it's time to put in some work. Work, you say? Somehow I don't believe you've worked a day in your life. And let's say this is me doing some prep work for the upcoming trial. Mind if I question the witness? Now, amusing, but what is there left to ask? I've got a feeling in my funny bone that Fefs here has something more to tell us about the killer. Do I? Yes, indeed. See, as a major player on Team Simeon, I can spot a sympathizer when I see one. And you don't think he did it, do you? Then so tell us, who did? Come on, spill the beans, we're all ears. Mr. Edgeworth, what's he doing? He's trying to coax Warden the Guard into giving something away. Ask yourself, why would she go through all the trouble of setting Knight's body on such an odd journey? Ah! Why? It's because she wanted to frame Mr. Canis. She did, no way. if he was convicted of committing murder here, that would have been grounds for transfer to another prison, most likely a more secure facility, and where he'd be out of her hair forever, huh? Precisely. She saw her opportunity and seized it. No, Saint can't not be the killer. It's not fair. I was all ready to prosecute him. I know, right? But maybe we should find out what she thinks first. Don't you want to get the wrong idea? Guy, right? Yeah, nice. Now Mr. Winter has to go along with it too. Well, Warden, are you happy to testify further? Of course, how could I refuse this silver-tongued devil? Eddykins, you have such a way with words. Just doing my job, Pfeff. Besides, one can't tell the truth without telling the whole truth, can one? I'm simply dying to tell all. Verity, darling, do say you'll let me. As you wish, court is unadjourned. I can't believe you pulled that off, Mr. Fender. Woof, me neither. Thank you for the timely intervention. Hey, it's the least I could do. Kay's not wrong. I've been leaning on you hard. And besides, the defense never rests. Am I right? Simeon's depending on us. Sadly, I think I just exhausted my reserves of cool lawyer chat there, and we can't foul this up yet. Which means you're up to bat, Miles McSmiles. Show him that never rest spirit. I shall. Fabulous, and let's get started. Alright, bozo. My truth. I really don't think anyone could have done it but that dreadful man Canis. There's no telling what went on between him and the victim. Perhaps he simply took a disliking to him. He's certainly the type. Whatever the sort of details, it was him. He stabbed that poor man to death. And he had his dog dispose of the body. He simply has to have happened. The victim, Mr. Knight, yes. I did him the most terrible disservice. Yes, you killed him. I suppose you could put it that way. If I weren't such a sorry excuse of a Warren, this would have never happened. And that's why I have to clean up this terrible mess. Warden Lagarde, as ever, your honesty is truly to your credit. I'm certain Mr. Knight is looking down and weeping tears of gratitude. You clearly never met Mr. Knight. That's true. That's true. I really think anyone could have done it but that dreadful man Canis. You seem very confident in your assertion. Why is that? Because all the other children in my little home are absolute sweethearts. They have faith in themselves and in one another. They have faith in the guards, in me. And they worked very hard every day to better themselves. None of them would commit murder. That's a very touching reason indeed, and I don't believe a word of it. Whoa, new sprite? But Canis? Oh, he's rotten to the core. He's the only one who would do something like that. There's no telling what's going on between him and the victim. Knight was being kept in a holding cell, but Mr. Canis was in a prisoner proper. What could possibly have happened between them when they were on the opposite ends of the facility? Prisons aren't as big as they seem, you know. All kinds of awful things can happen. But Knight only arrived 2 days before he was murdered. I can't imagine anything significant happening in that sort of time. But you don't know Candace, my dear. He'll find a way, I'm sure of it. A disliking to him. I don't think so. How can you take a disliking to someone all the way over in the holding cells? Oh, I'm just plucking possibilities out of the air, darling. As I said, there's no telling what really went on between them. You're so serious, aren't you? Not that I mind, of course. Why is she looking at me like that? So noble, so dashing in that marvelous suit, so clever. I can feel myself becoming your biggest fan, darling. I really can. Yeah. Stay with me, Mr. Edgeworth. I wasn't prepared for that mental onslaught. It was him. He stabbed the poor man to death. Dogs disposed of the body. Simply has to be what happened.
Objection!
Shit. I feel like this tells us a little bit about what we know about them. Let's try it here.
Objection!
Shit. All right, let's keep going then. What more can you tell us about those sordid details? Well, we know what Candace once did for a living. I doubt the killing part gave him much trouble. Especially as the victim was already injured. His neck, I think? Couldn't turn his head to the right, poor dear. That's what they told me when they brought him in anyway. He must have some sort of report for the warden when new prisoners are admitted. You seem keen for us to think you didn't know much about Knight. That's because I didn't, sweetie, and the victim was simply a fun target to that monster, nothing more. Use a chisel that was hitting in the chest set, don't you? Awfully grisly business. Just imagine, the man probably didn't even have time to cry out. I see. Thank you for your thoughts. They were very helpful. Actually, I'd like you to hear about them in a little more detail if you don't mind. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, you're making me blush. I could chat with you all day. Don't look so nervous, darling. I'm only teasing. Of course we could talk about them. Is hitting in that chest set, don't you? And which chest set would that be, precisely? Why, the one the victim brought in, sweetie. Do try to keep up. The victim was a certified chess fanatic, or so I'm led to believe. Where the naughty boy stuck a chisel inside. Can you imagine? How does she know about the chisel in the chess set? Only a few people were supposed to know about that. After all, we only learned about it thanks to certain deductions we made, so how did she find out? Of course, in the hands of a killer like Candace, even a chisel could serve as a deadly weapon.
Objection!
Objection! I did have to push a little bit more. Dang it! You strike me as being more careful with the image you suggest. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, please call me Fifi or Sweetie Pie if you prefer. Now, however, I think you may have been a little less careful than you realize in this instance. Tee-hee, aren't you just the most adorable little creature? Don't be embarrassed, we're all family here. Nah. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, don't let her get inside your head. You said earlier that you didn't know much about the Knight. In which case, I find it rather strange that you know about the chisel. Well, of course I do, darling. Do you think we don't check prisoners when they come in?
Objection!
You're not talking your way out of this, Warden. This is entirely irrelevant, and you know it. Knight didn't bring the chess set into the prison himself. It was brought by Mr. Saint when he came to visit. Knight wouldn't have had it when he arrived. Yippee! Edra's only weakness is woman. True. That's so true. But what? Well, I mean, of course that when Mr. Saint came in,
Objection!
You checked him. I find that hard to believe, because if you did, that makes your story all the stranger. If you found the chisel, why didn't you confiscate it then and there? Eek. Judge Gavel, did anyone tell you about the hidden compartment in the chess set yet? I did not. If no one leaked our findings, then how exactly did you learn about the chisel, Warden Lagarde? Because it certainly couldn't have been when you checked Knight or Mr. Saint on their arrival. Indeed, such a thing would imply an intentionally oversight if it had been found yet let through. Precisely. So, Warden Lagarde, and answer truthfully this time. Where and when did he learn about the chess set? Huh. If you want to answer, then allow me. I submit that you... Hold it. All right, darling. There's no need to rub it in. You got me, all right? I questioned Knight. That was when I learned about the chess set. But please, you have to believe me. I did not kill him. One moment, Warden. This is a significant development. The court requests that you make a detailed statement on the record. Any objections, Mr. Edgeworth? None, Your Honor. Thank you, darlings. I will clear up this awful misunderstanding, I promise. Very well, go ahead, Warden Lagarde, and please tell the truth this time. Her lies are starting to wear thin. This is my chance to expose her. I said I questioned Knight, but it wasn't anything serious, you understand. I make a point of talking to every newcomer to our little home. Knight was no different. We just had a little chat, you might call it. And after we talked, I had him taken back to his cell straight away. The more she lies, the more thoroughly she seals her fate. So, it was a simple conversation with a new detainee. That seems entirely above board. Exactly, Verity, darling. I knew you'd understand. Objection. Well, I don't. What proof do you have to back up your statement? I suppose we shall see, won't we, Mr. Edgeworth? You may begin your cross-examination. But it wasn't anything serious. So I'm right in assuming that you talked to him the night before the show. Exactly, darling. It would have been around 3 a.m. on the 27th. The window of time laid out in the autopsy report. Late for a friendly chat. Wouldn't he have been asleep? Normally, yes, but if you remember, a guard was attacked in his cell. We had to examine the scene of the crime, gather information. Those things take time, sweetie. I assure you, he was wide awake. We all were. Regardless, I find it somewhat odd that you would choose to question him at such a late hour. Ah! Anyway, no matter how odd you think it is, I had brought him to me, and that's what happened. Unless you really insist on questioning every last thing I say. Sorry, thieves. He's like a dog with a bone sometimes. I was sure to scold him once we're done here. Though, would you mind giving us a little more info, like where you had him brought to? My office, of course. Where else? Her office, which is where we believe the body was moved from. Would you mind appending what you just said to your testimony? Teehee, anything for you, darling? For the show, I had them bring them to my office. Remind me where your office is. I've seen the sign in the detention center corridor, I imagine. The one that says no entry. Yes, that's it, sweetie. My office is just up there, a short walk from the hostage cells. Understands that you also have access to the yard. Why, of course. That's where my gorgeous little garden is. Oh, I see where you're going with this. You're saying that's how I move the body. You had the means, the opportunity. It's hardly impossible. Hardly impossible proves nothing. You've no evidence for this absurd. There's no other way the body could have been moved. Surely you haven't forgotten that it was Mr. Saint who dropped Mr. Knight's body down the well. Yeah, what she said. You're miles off, Edgeworth. I probably shouldn't push this any further for now. To every newcomer to our little home. What did you and Knight talk about? Oh, nothing much. Just some small talk, really. Asked him about what animals he likes, what his hobbies were. His hobbies, and I imagine he talked about chess. Oh yes, I couldn't stop him from talking about it, in fact. He had a piece of paper covered with little notes about it in his cell. At least I think that's what they were about. So she's seen Knight's correspondence chess diagram? Different. You just had a little chat, you may call it. How was he when you spoke with him? Oh, he was open and honest, darling. What? That guy, honest? He was talking about one croissant and promoting a prawn? As a en passant and promoting a pawn. Suppose he must have been hungry. And en passant and promoting a pawn. So true. It seems he spared no one from his obsession with chess. After we talked, I took him back to his cell straight afterwards. If he really had gone back to his cell, he would still be alive today. You really think I murdered the poor man right there in my office, don't you? But what would my motive have been, darling? I told you, I barely knew him. I'm no angel. I have my grudges against Canis, but Knight had nothing to do with that animal. She really does hate Canis. Warden Lagarde, I must insist that you append that statement to your testimony. I'm no angel. I have my grudges against Canis, but Knight had nothing to do with that animal. You say that you bear a grudge against only Mr. Canis, is that correct? No, I despise him. Coming into my prison, thinking he can do whatever he wants. We won't get away with it. I'll clip his wicked wings if it's the last thing I do. Oh shit, Dog Tornado? Fox Tornado? Look at him go. And then, of course, as soon as I say that, Nova just fucking flies up the staircase. Holy. So, she even hates his dog. It does seem at first glance that she didn't have much of a motive to kill Knight. But if she hates Kent so much, she probably hates anyone that has anything to do with him. Think about it from that angle. Key to breaking her testimony will surely reveal itself. Tries to get to know all the peeps. Pretty chummy prison burden, if you ask me. Chummy. She killed the man, detective. Poor guy would have been in cuffs, not to mention the neck brace. He was defenseless. Guard was a murderer. The evidence points to that conclusion. Nothing else. Objection! Judge Gavel, I'd like you to take a look at this. Notes about a game of chess. What is the significance of this, Miles Edgeworth? It was found in Knight's cell, which is exactly where you said you saw it too, Warden Lagarde. But you didn't just see the game in Knight's cell, did you? You've seen it in Mr. Canis' cell too. Well, what do you mean? Oh, come now. Don't tell me you haven't taken a look at the chessboard at maximum security. I imagine you watch his every move like a hawk. Or rather, I imagine you feel that doing so is your only option. Press after this, I'm pressing Alt F4. On my stream? No, don't do that. Okay, bye. Okay, bye again, Nova. What the fuck is Nova up to today? Personally, interrogating your own prisoners is highly irregular, to say the least. But as you said, Mr. Canis has threatened you. You put your precious home at risk. Fumo Fumo? True! Ba-bum. What the fuck is Nova doing? So what if I did? Yozo told us you read his letters, which means you must have known about one key fact. You knew he was playing corresponding chess. Ah. And then who should appear but Knight, carrying with him a diagram of a very particular game. We ourselves use that diagram to infer a connection between the two men. And it seems you came to the same conclusion. But in your fear, you took your reasoning one step further. You surmised that Knight was Mr. Canis' henchman sent to kill you. Which is the real reason she had a chat with the Bronster. If his boss wouldn't crack, maybe he would. And when you questioned Knight, you made another discovery. For there inside his chest set, you found a hidden chisel. The murder weapon itself. As far as you're concerned... Hi, Nova. That chisel meant one thing, Canis. You convinced yourself that Knight was working for Canis, and that's why you killed him. I see you have no more excuses. Judge Gavel, your verdict, please. Much as it grieves me, there would appear to be a little room for doubt. I hereby give my verdict. Bronco Knight was murdered by... Hold it! In the name of the goddess of justice. Who is it this time? He. Warden? He. It's a joke. It's all a big literally, haha, is joke. I only committed murder as joke. Whoops. Whoopsie. Tee-hee. You people just don't get it, do you? I think we've proven that it's you who don't understand things correctly. Me? Please, darling. I understand it all perfectly well, thank you very much. And I understand that there's a glaring contradiction in your theory, Mr. Edgeworth. Heh. You're just grasping at straws now. I have no time for this. Your Honor, the verdict. Overruled. I'm curious to hear what the warden has to say. What? You're a doll, Verity. I just have one last thing to say, then Mr. Edgeworth can declare himself the winner. You rang? Does I remember a certain autopsy report? This morning, that's right. And I was listening to what you told us about it, Verity, even if no one else was 4 inches deep. 4 inches? Wait. Riddle me this, Miles Edgeworth. How does a tiny chisel make a 4-inch wound? By stabbing him really hard with it? Looks like your theory is the one that doesn't hold water, Edgeworth. What now, huh? I like when the dog goes in circles. What do we do? It'll be fine. Mr. Edgeworth always comes through, right, sir? Looks to me like the Maelstrom's out of a commission. You're an attorney too, aren't you? Why don't you do something? Turn things on their head with a desperate bluff. Blurt out the first mind-blowing thing that Gumshoe's only experiences with fucking right. Look, detective, I'm as much of a man of action as the next guy. Without evidence, we're up a creek without a paddle here. This might be the end of the road. We can't give up now. We have to do something. I'm certain that Warden the Guard is the killer. It's the only explanation that fits the facts of the case. But the chisel wasn't the murder weapon. What other bladed weapon is there in the facility? Seems we do not have all the answers, nor the evidence to prove these answers. Alas, we must wait until the trial to see this matter resolved, I'm afraid. Ah, come on, G. You're just giving the killer a chance to destroy the evidence. Are you calling the judicial process into question, Mr. Fender? Eep. Nope, not me. Nah. I tried, Miles. Any bright ideas? What is a real murder weapon since it's clearly not the chisel? Confound it, this question throws everything we've deduced out the window. Nothing to add, Mr. Edgel. I want to remind you that claims not supported by sufficient evidence are subject to the harshest penalties. The alligator. It's hopeless. I can't think of anything. I need more time. Loath as I am to admit it, I hold it. You can't give up now. Remember what Mr. Fender said. Simeon's counting on you. Without us, he's... Remember how upset he was? He was devastated. Nobody's in more pain than him over Mr. Knight's death. Yoshi's story? I hate to say it, you are 100% correct. And what's more, he believes in us. He's sitting in that cell waiting for us to bring him some good news. And I, for one, won't walk away until we have some. Okay. Gee, Miles, your little buddy there is quite the motivational speaker. And she's right, too. When you find yourself on the ropes, think of your client. Picture them pleading for your help. Doesn't that make you want to fight back as hard as you can until the very end? Think of your old man, good old Gregory. No matter how bad things looked, he'd always find a way to turn it around and save his client. His teeth is long. No, he ate the weapon. Is there a way to force a turnabout here? You're the one who'll find it. Simeon's counting on you. Judge Gavel. You seem to have recovered your composure, Mr. Edgeworth. But if you mean to attempt a defense, I would advise you consider the ramifications. You have repeatedly proposed misguided theories and made numerous false accusations. I have not, actually. If you do so again, I have no choice but to judge you unfit to serve as a prosecutor and relieve you of your badge for good. She's right. I put forward a number of theories that proved to be flawed in one way or another. Have I made some sort of fundamental oversight? Wait, she said my theories were misguided. Nothing to say, then the court will tolerate no more of your time wasting. I hereby, Sir, Mr. Edgeworth, give my verdict. That's it. I've been thinking about it wrong the whole time. My theories weren't misguided. I was being misled. Defendant Simon Saint. I think it's a little soon for that, Your Honor. I'd say it's well past due, darling, when you agree, Verity. Mr. Edgeworth. You may proceed. What? I'd like to remind you of a few things. The sightings of his dog Helmet, the fact that he wasn't at the show, these and other factors made Mr. Canis the obvious suspect at first. This again, Mr. Edgeworth, you seem almost proud of your blunder. But what if the real killer wanted us to suspect Mr. Canis? What if it was all carefully arranged? And what if the same was true of the chisel, our purported murder weapon? Knight had been stabbed multiple times in the same place with a bladed instrument. What if he was stabbed with the chisel after the real murder weapon had been removed? Just so he traced the blood on us for us to find. That's how the real killer misled us into thinking the chisel was the murder weapon. But why mislead us all in this way? Why indeed? Why makes you think the chisel is the murder weapon rather than whoever really did it? Warden, you took advantage of what the chisel seemed to suggest. What it suggested? What are you talking about, darling? Mr. Winner, if I were to tell you the murder weapon was a chisel, what would you think? Huh? That Mr. Canis is the killer. And there you have it. That was the trap the warden set for us. Oh, Mr. Canis has a bunch of chisels, so she wanted us to think it was one of his, right? Indeed, that was her plan right from the start. To frame Canis. Would appear to be sound. One of the guards certainly seemed to harbor a deep and abiding hatred for Mr. Canis. However, I think you know what I'm going to say next. That alone is not sufficient proof that Warden the guard is the killer. I knew that wouldn't be enough. There's only one thing that will prove it. The real murder weapon that we now know must exist. If you cannot prove your theory, then this conversation ends here. If we could find the real murder weapon...
Objection.
How many times do we have to go over this? We searched the prison from top to bottom. Eustace is quite right. No other possible murder weapon has been found, so I'm afraid you're at a bit of an impasse. I can still prove my case yet, Your Honor, because it's still here inside this prison. This would have made sure of that. The security gate. I'm glad you at least remember what it is. And do you remember what it does? Of course I do. I'm not an idiot. The security gate detects metal, which means you can't bring anything metal inside the prison or take it out. Oh. Meow. Oh, you heard that? Yeah, it was pretty loud, huh? Meow. Precisely. If there's another murder weapon, it cannot have been taken out the president, whatever. But neither... premises brought in the prison in the first place. We have to find ourselves right back where we began. Judge Gavel, what I'm trying to tell you, Mr. Edgeworth, is that if you wish for me to believe that there is another murder weapon here in the prison, you also have to explain to me how it got here. Alright, we know that the chisel was smuggled into the prison inside a pocket chess set, but our contention is that the chisel is not the real murder weapon. Oh, thank you! If the murder weapon came from outside the facility, then there must have been a way to bring it in. Yes, the question of the hour is this. Can you show me this alternate route? How did the weapon get into the prison? Evidence from the police to help with your investigation, is that correct? Why, yes, sweetie. Everything related to Canis is with me now. Heaven knows how many times I've hauled the secretive scoundrel into my office to talk with me. Of course, that's how. The fact that this is here with us now shows how the bladed weapon could have been brought into the facility as well.
Take that!
Allow me to remind you of our conversation with Mr. Canis yesterday. Yes, it was but one of my bells. Only one of two in existence. Just two. Two and only two. One for my knife and one for my beloved helmet. Exquisitely crafted. Utterly unique. My ears are my guide after all, and I must be able to use my tools precisely. Of course, as you said, the knife has long since been taken from me. So you see, there is a way for objects to be brought into the prison unscrutinized. As part of evidence, Warden Lagarde borrowed from the police. What? Mr. Canis's knife was part of the evidence in the case against him, and that evidence was here in the prison. Not only that, but the knife had a certain bell attached to it. The bell that was attached to the chisel. Correct. The killer took the bell from the knife and attached it to the chisel. But that can't be right. The chisel only had Mr. Knight's fingerprints on it. Easy enough to explain it, the killer wore gloves. She made it look as if the chisel was the murder weapon and then attached the bell to it. In so doing, she made sure that all the evidence pointed to Mr. Canis. And who had access to the evidence from which the bell was taken? Why, only the person to whom it had been entrusted. Who was it, sir? Who had been missing most of the evidence? I believe that would be you. Isn't that correct, Warden Lagarde? Hold it. Bells aren't exactly rare, you know. Anyone could have set that up. Heh! Luckily for you, that isn't quite true. These particular bells are unique because there's only two of them in existence. What? By attaching that bell to the chisel, you as good as declared yourself the killer. Hold it, but you don't have proof that the knife was ever even here to begin with. I don't, not yet anyway. Mr. Winter, I'd like you to order another search of the prison right away. Huh? But if you do find something, that's gonna make things awkward for me. This isn't about what's convenient for you. We have to find the truth. You're a prosecutor, aren't you? Well, yeah, but you know. It's worth this excuse for a prosecutor. If I had investigative authority, I wouldn't be sitting on it. Anyhow, it's not my decision to make. The warden would have to authorize it. You know full well that she will not do such a thing. You have the power to insist on a search. Use it. Sorry, darling, but not without that evidence. The goddess of justice cannot bestow her blessings on those who lack the proof to support their claims. Our work here is done. The rest of this matter will have to be settled in the courtroom. No, if we give Lestrade the guard the opportunity, she'll destroy whatever evidence is left. I have to object. I have to stop them. What do I say? What am I thinking? I'm never this reckless. No, I can't back down now. I've got to put everything on the line. I'm not a prosecutor right now. I'm a defense associate attorney with a client to defend. Only I can save Mr. State, and that means... objection! Even if I have a chance or 1 in a million, it's still worth a shot. It's now or never. Should I object? Fuck yeah! I suppose this must be how a certain serial bluffer always feels. Regardless, I cannot walk away.
Objection!
Objection! Wait, Your Honor. This had better be good, Mr. Edgeworth. I've got it. Got what exactly? The real murder weapon, of course. I know where Mr. Canis's knife is. Do you really, Mr. Edgeworth? I do. Not at all. If I didn't know any better, I would say that you were bluffing. Heh. You wound me, Your Honor. I don't know the meaning of the word. Ugh, this is terrible for my heart. There's no way you could. It's not here, I tell you. Well, would you be so kind as to enlighten us? Where is the real murder weapon? Think, Miles. Think. Somewhere not even the police would search. A blind spot in the zoo. A hiding place that the warden could be absolutely sure of. Huh? A hiding place? No. If you insist. Come on, Helmet. Open up. Belle. Did she use the same trick? No, that's ridiculous, isn't it? But the more I think about, how many foolproof ways to evade detection could there be? Mr. Edgeworth, how long do you intend to keep us waiting? There's the faintest possibility I'm right, but if I'm wrong, we stand to lose everything. Your Honor, this is where the real murder weapon is hidden.
Take that!
Take that! Here, in the yard. Indeed. I don't believe I understand. Would you care to explain a little more? Where exactly is the real murder weapon hidden? Oh.
Take that!
Take that! Of course. That's where it must have been. What it must have been, huh? What's the matter, detective? It's the metal detector, sir. It's reacting to the alligator. What? How? Alligator stare. Classic mistake. She would have hid the alligator in another animal. True. The metal detector was reacting to something inside her after all. Your Honor, I'd like to remind you of this piece of evidence. The chisel? Didn't we just figure out that isn't the murder weapon? You might recall that Mr. Canis hid this chisel in his dog's mouth. Would you believe that the real murder weapon was hidden in much the same way? That's right. The murder weapon is hidden inside the alligator in the pond over there. I like the music in the first game better. What? No way! We detected the presence of a metallic object during our investigation earlier. Judge Gavel, we need to know what's inside that alligator. Understood. They will need to summon a veterinarian. I'm sure I could get the little sweet to open up for us. I'd be happy to give it a try. Please, by all means. Warden Lagarde, the real murder weapon is about to be revealed. Why not do the right thing and confess? I have nothing to confess. As you wish, then you can simply wait and watch as your lies are exposed. Nigger! Sir, we got it! That has to be it! So it's over, Fifi Lagarde. The real murder weapon was Canis's knife, making you the only person to have killed Bronco Knight. I'm not the criminal here. This is all Canis is doing. I did the right thing. Knight was a threat. He was Canis's help dog. Curse that despicable man Canis. Why did he have to come and ruin my perfect little home? We could have been happy forever if it wasn't for him. He ruined my paradise on earth. He ruined everything. Curse him. Curse that pitiless butcher. That awful, terrible man. Curse him. What the hell? Millions of foxes. Just a bunch of them. Cereal? Holy. Detention center. Corridor. The prosecutor to winner, sir. The results have just come back. To winner? I guess we've been all under a lot of stress. Traces of Bronco's Knight's blood were found on Mr. Canis's knife. Just like you said, sir. Congratulations on a stunning victory. Thank you, officer. Excellent. You can consider complimenting me if you like. Yes, sir. Twinner wins again. I think I'm welling up a little. With rage. I think that was the plot twist. So true. I'm getting another phone call. Oh my. 1 second. All right, chat. I have been instructed to look outside again. You know what that means? You're gonna have to wait here for a minute. If I go outside and there's no northern lights above my head, punchers! Stare. True. You can stare for a bit. Madge. Imagine waiting in the cold for the fucking like lights outside your house to go back to dark so you can look up at the sky and see fucking nothing. Nope. Can you believe it, Nova? And then I get back inside, and who's there to try to attack me? Nova. Fumo yourself now! Oh, what are you talking about? I just solved the case, didn't I? You have yet to confirm whether or not Knight really was working for Mr. Canis. It'll be vital to know if Ward and the guard was simply jumping to conclusions on that front. Huh? There's Clueless and then there's you. Well, then I guess we better get back to our investigation. All right, officer, you're with me. You're about to see the winner win a whole lot more. Prepare to witness first-rate investigative talent in action. Yes, sir, I'm right with you, sir. Can't wait to watch you at work. It's winning time. I expect this case will cause quite a stir. The attempted murder of our president is news enough, and now his would-be assassin has been murdered. But Knight never sought to kill the president in the first place. The truth is not always as important as it might seem, Mr. Edgeworth. In the eyes of both society and the law. How can you even say that? You do not have to believe me, however. As a prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth is obliged to accept that this is the reality of the world he operates in. Being a prosecutor is about more than proving people guilty, that's what I believe. It's winning time, and then you win everywhere, true? We are all free to believe as we choose, but the law is not to be toyed with for our own personal goals. If you refuse to accept this, then you must be prepared to suffer the consequences. What does that even mean? Wait, you're not gonna take his... I'm afraid I must be going now. Farewell, Mr. Edgeworth. Judge Gavel is right. There must be only one set of laws for everyone. Yeah, huh? But if following the law means sacrificing the truth, those two things are impossible to not be there together. Can I really do that in good conscience? Simeon, you're out. Hi, Regina. Is everything all right? They did let you out, right? Yeah? But I'm so confused about what's going on. Some guy just came and said I was free to go, and that I have Mr. Edgeworth to thank. You sure do. Mr. Edgeworth found out who the real killer is. What? Wow, really? You did that for me, Mr. Edgeworth? Eep. Oh no. Stop staring at me like that. I'm innocent, I swear. Don't pull the rug out from under me now. Stop it, silly. It's true. He saved you. So say thanks already. Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you. And a great big Regina Berry thank you from me too. Mr. Saint talking directly to me. Small victories, I suppose. Can I ask you one question, Mr. Attorney? Sure. I'm not actually an attorney, though. I thought Bronco was my friend. No, my best friend. I trusted him, but now... Well, I never knew. I never would have believed that he could hate someone enough to want to kill them. If he kept something like that from me, then he never really trusted me, did he? That's not true, Simeon. Of course he trusted you. No, he didn't. If he just told me, I would have stopped him. I could have told him that hate never helps, that he had to let go of all that stuff. Mr. Saint, I think you're forgetting something. I should show him the thing that proves Knight trusted him.
Take that!
It's a chest that I brought for him. Knight had hidden a chisel inside. I imagine he meant to use it to escape. Well, what? You mean he was using me? No, he believed in you. He knew he could count on you to bring it, and that you would never be so untrusting as to look inside. Imagine that by not telling you, he was hoping he could keep you from getting caught up in this mess. If Knight trusted him present his dead body? Oh, but Bronco, why didn't you tell me? At least you understand now, right, Simeon? I'm sure he does. He may not show up, but Simeon's no dummy. A good night's sleep and he'll be completely over this whole thing by tomorrow. That's not as complimentary as you think it is. Sniffle, Sniffle. I'll try. I have to. For Bronco, I have to show him I can become the best animal trainer out there. That's the spirit. Okay. Oh, I almost forgot. We're doing a new show soon. I'd love if you come see it, Mr. Edgeworth. The one and only the Big Berry Circus is back. I'll be joining Regina on stage for this one. That's right, the Big Berry Circus is the biggest, most fabulous event in town. You'll have oodles of fun. Sounds great, doesn't it, Mr. Edgeworth? Come on, we have to go. Oh, well, I'll think about it. All right, Simeon, we've got some training to do. I think it's time you and Regent got acquainted. What? Regent the tiger? No way, I can't. No. Oh, you'll be fine, silly. You'll never meet a nicer kitty cat. I can't. Please, Regina, anything but that, please. Another satisfied customer. Oh, that was really something, Smiles. Talk about pulling it out of the bag. I couldn't have done it without you, Fender. Without your timely intervention, she would have gotten away. Besides, I have you to thank for even being able to investigate the case in the first place. Oh, stop it. Pat me on the back any harder and you're gonna make me blush or topple over. I suppose it would be asking too much for you to take this seriously. Seriously, Miles, my friend, I'm always serious. Anyhow, how does it feel to save an innocent client? That's what it means to be an attorney, after all. To be an attorney. Gotta say, I had a blast. Reminded me of the good old days. Like Gregory was standing right there beside me. It's been like a zillion years since I felt this warm and fuzzy on the job. Aye, that's good. Bittersweet, I'm not sure. Say, Miles, you ever thought about going into the defense game full time? Excuse me? You know, pick up where Gregory left off. Get out there and actually help people. Hey, pal, don't get any big ideas. Mr. Edgeworth ain't about to switch sides. Why not? Coming over to the light side's all the rage. Everyone's doing it these days. Come on, Mr. Fender, you know it's not about that. Chill, team, chill. Don't get it Well. Don't get it twisted. I was just asking a perfectly innocent question. No, you weren't. The heck you were. Looks like you got a mean defense team there yourself, Miles. Fender, I'm a prosecutor. Yep, and I'm an attorney. You could be one too. I'm serious. Well, I've said my piece. You change your mind, you know who to call. I'll be waiting. Follow in my father's footsteps. Bye, Danny. Bye, Dan. Bye, Mr. Sexbang. Follow my father's footsteps. Could I really do such a thing? I'm going to become a defense attorney, just like my dad. That's me doing my little boy, but also as a nerd voice. An attorney, like my father. Me. Nah. Don't end. I will, in fact, save my progress. Turnabout legacy. What the fuck? Dude, turn your headlights out. It's fucking a perfectly clear day. I looked outside and was like, the fuck? Is there someone coming up the street? No, literally from like across the road, someone's headlights went straight through the window. Like, holy shit, dude. Flashbang, exactly. Okay. In theory, I have 30 minutes left of my stream. What do I do with that time? I don't want to start the next case because we'll like basically not even get to the point where we can do anything. Isaac Dull. We already did Isaacle. Sorry. Fuck. Tainted Isaac. I could play Isaac. I can't deny that. I can't deny that. How about this? If I boot up Isaac right now, I might be able to do one run. Let me switch my game name so people aren't mad about it. Like last time. For an Art Nights event, Sag. Damn, they still be doing that shit? Well, that's... I mean, that is how this goes, huh? Isaacl. Duh. Hello, Liara? On the YouTube chat. I see you. Bro ignored my Isaacl. No, I didn't! I literally just said it! What the fuck? Also, you were not the only person to say Isaacl, as if I didn't already do it. I didn't know how long the case was gonna be. Ah, frick. Oh no, are we on a fucking... whatever, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. What the fuck? I will not be lied to. I saw your message. Get it twisted. These damn grandpa flies. I know, right? I like having enough time to do an Isaac run afterwards. Who knows what we're doing tomorrow? We'll be finding out tomorrow. Wow, that is one of the worst golden chests of all time. Like, holy shit, that was nothing. All right, my voice, my throat, in pain. Not having a good time. Probably from all that yawning. Or lack of drinking, probably. Watching all the episodes of background while I clean up. It's a strange hearing him sound so young. Yeah. I mean, he do be, like, extremely old now. But think about it. What you're watching is around when, like, I was watching him. Go back in time like that much. Skull emoji times 7. That's fair, that's fair. He do be old. He do be old. Okay, we take like Contagion like 1 billion times out of 1 billion here. It's good. Is it good enough to like... Ooh, you know what I could do here? Watching the creatures? Same. You can do both. Get it twisted. Starting from Flash Isaac. Well, if you start from Rebirth, I was watching before those episodes. I started watching NL back during Flash. Like an insane person. Can you blow up this pot, please? I couldn't do both. 10,000 videos on the docket. All right. So you are, in fact, watching episodes after I started. I started just as Wrath of the Lamb released. Yep, same. But to me, that's still Flash. That's Flash Isaac. It's not Flash Isaac as in, like, literally Flash Isaac. But you know what I mean. It's Flash Isaac. Oh, SSH PKC. Yo! Fun fact. Like, episode 24. Bro, can you move the cursor to the middle of the screen? Shut up. 20K1,000. You're... Funny enough, I used to also watch SHOK PKC. In fact, I'm in his Steam group still, I'm pretty sure. If that's still around. I don't think I've left it. I don't think I've left any of the Steam groups. Yes, yeah. Let me check. Probably. All I'm saying, you were watching him, now you're watching me. You got good taste. You got good taste. Am I a little biased? A little bit, but you know. Oh man, this one's okay. That sucks, but shouldn't matter. You're... you talking about Corey? No. Me. Or SHHPKC, for being exact. From around the 100 of Flash Isaac. Damn. Pretty fly. Holy shit. One of the best pills in the game. Just an orbital for free. Find you. Are we friends on Steam? Yes. But I will be offline. Yeah. You can tell because that I'm on your Steam's friend list if you can see Fumo there. Surefire way to tell. Because you were online. I was online like what, a year and a half ago? Bum 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 bum. Like I think so many of the things on Steam I haven't used in forever. Like Curator. Like, you know, like they had the Curator stuff. I used to use it. How long ago? I think my 2 Curators are like Total Biscuit. May he rest in peace. And then like NL. Damn, these are both good. Fuck. I think we take the tiers up. Sag, yeah. And then like there's Steam groups. I think I'm in Kate's and in Seamus's. Long time ago now, man. Long time ago. Different era of YouTube back in those days, man. Wow, you're old. Yeah. Yeah, I sure as fuck am. You will not be catching my ass denying that. I'm not looking for the secret room. We all know I'm not gonna find that shit. I think a lot of people like don't remember that. Bro hates tier upgrades. See, the thing is, I don't think I would have kept that item if I were to take it, right? So instead, I grabbed the item that gave me benefits without having to be active, like on me. Like the black heart plus the trinket plus the bombs. Those will stay even when I get rid of the item. Thinking ahead. Okay, so Crack the Sky is kind of crazy, actually. Like, I usually don't take it because I have the D6, but I love Crack the Sky. It's like a worse version of the Conquest. Dude. But that's still pretty good. Bro, why does he hate tier upgrades? Don't you have like Tales of Arise to be finishing? Not you. Sorry, I'm talking to Bunny. Sorry. They have been blathering. I mean, you're like almost done with the game now, right? Or at least you should be. I feel. You're saying a name. You should know by now I have one major weakness, and it's that I don't understand names. They just do not stick. Strength. Strength is nice. I do like strength. Okay, we probably go do this while we have Crack the Sky active and strength. Although Crack the Sky might just one-shot this bozo. Nah, no dice. All right, let's pop strength. The spaceship. See, that sounds familiar. You know, when you were talking the other day, you reminded me not of Tales of Arise, but of a far worse game. You know what game you reminded me of? That's right, Harvestella. If you have not played Harvestella, you would probably not understand why. I can't believe I took damage. I hate this boss. Why is nothing dying? Frick. Harvestella, I have not played it. It's played good. I am Harvestella's biggest hater. Get it twisted. You will not find someone who hates Harvestella more than me. If you played it, here's how it would go. I know exactly how it would go. You'd start Harvestella. You'd be like, okay, I get it. Like, the beginning's kind of bad. You'd get to, like, chapter 3, and you'd be like, wait a second, this is actually kind of pog. And then you would get to chapter 5, and you'd be like, okay, no, I see it. And then everything after that, you'd be like, this is incomprehensible. I do not hate Harvest Moon. Harvestella. You must understand how much I dislike that video game. Is a lot. Oh, dang. Harvest Moon is good. Yerp. Harvestella does have good music, however. If you're looking for some jams, Harvestella does have some jams. It's not completely void of, like, anything good. So you're playing until midnight. I'm playing until this run is done. Which could be anywhere between, like, when I die and midnight. Tales of Rise has some jams for sure. You should start a new case. Nope. $0.07 Alistair box is pretty darn good. However, I'm taking fanny pack. Start one after Thanksgiving. I'm back. Welcome back, sister of mine. What's up? I don't need a spirit heart. I will simply not get hit. Studying sigh. You don't need to put a sigh, like, your tone will be enough. In chat, ready for Turkey Day. Me, I'm ready for Turkey Day. When do I get my turkey? Sister, does your birthday fall on Thanksgiving this year or no? It's always like a crapshoot. No. All right. Boop, boop. Okay, okay. I don't want to be here. Oh, God. Okay, see, that's why Crack the Sky kind of goated with it, though. Silence, America. No! I think if I was to take a look at my viewership, I'd have, like, more Canadians than actual Americans watching me, which is wild. I want turkey. You can go get some turkey. I'm sure your halls have some. Hey, Wrath, are you gonna throw down a bomb or what? What the fuck? I have a surprising amount of Canadian viewership. And you wanna know what I say to that? Sick. That's pretty baller. That's pretty banging. Ooh. How did you know it was that rock? You mean the tinted rock? It was like literally a different color this time. They all look the same. You are out of your minds. you are colorblind, actually. Please go get your eyes checked. All right, I'm about to make a huge mistake, but I don't care. You can't stop me. I am not colorblind. That rock was a different color. Go ahead. Go look at the VOD. Go take a screenshot and tell me. We would go so hard. That's what we're looking for, baby. That's why we're going one at a time. It's like a 1 in 1,000 chance or something. I keep getting it though, so I don't think that's true. Me after I do all of this and don't get it a single time. You could call that rock tinted. You sure could. Why is there poop everywhere? I used a card against humanity. And it did this. No petrified poop. Lame. Watch us get it on the last fucking one. So what? We made like 7 cents. Why would it be one of the inaccessible squares? I was thinking about that. Yeah, that's possible. That's possible. Fuck you. Crack the sky, baby. Spider. Oh, fuck. 2 of my favorite items. Oh no. Chat, what do I take? Those are both really good. Both. I can't take both. PhD, I'm just taking the first one I see. Pretty fly. Like, I love both of those items, man. All right. You wanted me to check if it's in here? I got you. Imagine, though. All right. Ooh, just what we were looking for. Our DPS could be increased by a lot. I feel like we've gotten more value out of the 2 freaking pills that we've taken than I have anything else. God, fucking Lazarus Rags is a permanent transformation, right? Yes. Well. Look what we have here, boys. A damage upgrade of some kind. All I have to do is commit self-die. In the video game. Twitch. In the video game. Nice. Nice. Get him! Crack the sky! It's getting faster. Look at that. You will not defeat me. Okay. Matchbook we can get rid of. Damage or speed. Or I could just get tears. I think I'm just going to get tears. Okay. His full-powered C move. True. Light that burns the sky. Get it twisted? As the world's biggest Necrozma fan, I love that shit. It's peak. Get it twisted. Oh, this is a pretty good location for this. Wow. What it like an actually garbage fucking... All right, whatever. It's just a specialist dance. So true. Better than this. Damn, dude, we go is against Pokemon. Is it crime against Pokemon? No, it's actually the correct way to use it. Hey, can you kill me? Already? I'm actually gonna use you to farm drops off a fanny pack, I've decided. Alright. Okay, now I just need to survive. Okay, I hate this boss. Hate having to fight this anytime. Eat that. Eat this. Check this out. Nice. Nerf this. Perfect. Well done, me. Thank you, me. Heh. Sorry. You left lipstick. Yep, true. No one tell him. That's not a lucky penny, so I don't feel like getting it. Okay. I don't think picking that up gives me its drops again. I'm gonna be honest. You ate Taco Bell in that room. Were you cooking that up this whole time? You gotta be honest with me. Cross my heart. Luck upgrade in rotation? Oh, baby. We love luck upgrades, don't we, folks? I love upgrade. Oh my fuck! Hate, 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 hate. Hate you. Frick you. You suck. Stupid ass spider. What the hell? I don't know how the fuck that guy died. Oh my god. Kill me! This room's miserable! Actually, do hit me. Please, I beg of you. Finally, a room that doesn't suck complete ass. How are you hurting them from the front? The creep. It was all calculated, actually. The what? The creep. You know, floor creep. Very common thing in Isaac. Aw, man. Creeper? Aw, man. If you don't think I haven't heard that shit 100 million times, you are unfortunately mistaken. Back in the old days, I used to have song redeems on my channel, and let me tell you, let me fucking tell you, the amount of Minecraft parodies I had to listen to was criminal. So I know how it is. I don't think they were that much younger than me at the time anyway. They might have been like older than me actually. Where's Dr. Docket when you need him? But yeah. So I know all the Minecraft parodies. I don't know if I'm lucky or unlucky that Chug Jug with you wasn't out yet. Because I vastly prefer that to all the other shit I would have had to listen to. But at the same time, if I was out then, maybe I would have hated it instead. You never know. Can you stop jumping for like 1 millisecond? There's no way. Whatever, I don't care. Like to Chug Jug with you. True. We can be pro Fortnite gamers. Seriously, that's true. It takes it just seriously enough for it to be funny. Which is exactly where I need it to be. Luck up. Love to see it. Has redeemed song request TNT by Captain Sparkles. Nope. You can literally blame Twitch for that, by the way. If Twitch wasn't such pieces of shit about music these days, I probably would still have song redeems on. Unfortunately, Twitch. You know how they are. Okay, I do like that. I mean, that's fine. I fucked that up, but that's okay. Dig, dig, dig. I don't know. You're gonna have to figure that out yourself. Why is... We haven't come across a special room other than the cursed room yet, right? I'm not going crazy. Like, where is everything on this floor? Alright, there's the item room. Solved one mystery. Okay, so sinus infection is just... Oh, I'm not Tainted Isaac anymore. What the fuck is a cursed room? I could just take it. Oh, that's why male protagonist was like... Oh. Pick up lipstick again. That wasn't worth it. Now, if that was a good item, I'd be fucking pissed at myself. Like, holy shit. But mom's lipstick, let's be honest. Not good. Just not bueno. But what if I get D100? I don't know, then I get D100. That'd be pretty sick now, wouldn't it? Look at sinus infection go. Holy. Me when I'm a dot-based hero? Yo? Stapler? Pretty PogChamp. All right, we're getting an angel deal this floor. Or my username is not Origin Angel. I just beat my April Fool's challenge. Let's go. Dude, the challenges in this game fucking suck ass most of the time, huh? Origin Devil has logged on. I'm gonna take that. That seems really good for us. Yo, Little Loki and a Tinted Rock? Let's go. Okay, that one looked exactly the same. You just have to look for the X on it. That's how you can tell for the Tinted Rocks in the later levels. And the later the level, the harder it is to see the X. See, now this is a tinted skull. This will always have the Fool card. Well, well, well. Looks like I know what I'm talking about. Get Dwayne the Rock Johnson mod? Oh yeah, you could just get mods too. Derived Devil comes into the picture. Get it twisted. If you were around, oh god, 8, 9, 10 years ago in NL's chat, I have seen every variation you can make of my name. They were in chat. The problem is there's a lot less noticeable people in chat, to put it politely. Like, the chatters we have these days kind of suck compared to the chatters that used to be around. No offense to all of you. Then you killed them with hammers. I didn't kill them with hammers. What the fuck? Look. It's just how it is. Thank you. Crack the sky. I took full offense? Damn. I didn't chat in those days. Habit. That is nice. You're just gonna have to trust me on that then. Now, granted, we also had a lot of worse chatters. So, like, it was a trade-off. You know what I mean? These days, we kind of just have bad chatters. Okay, that's not, like, totally fair. 2 keys, huh? There are some bangers in the chatters. We have double luck up pills in our rotation. Let's go. We have some bangers. We have some bangers. For sure, for sure. All of you that are here, bangers. Now, am I a little bit biased in saying that? Nope, not even a little bit. Such as, and not including. Man, I can't stop. What if I get it, though? Chaos card. Okay, now that's funny. Unfortunately, we took so long to get to this point. I don't think we're making good use of that. Sounds 15 random locuses. Sure. Frick you. Give me hearts. Let's go. Be like your bands. Back then, I mean, yeah. I did say that a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Friends till the end. All right, I'm not giving you anything else, bozo. Not yet, at least. Joker! Joker. What floor are we on? Necropolis 2. Thinking. Joker. Shit. Okay. Oh! Hello. I will take that in a heartbeat if that's a 5. Get it absolutely twisted. Oh! Oh, a 6? Yes. What do we got? Dead Dove. Isaac's Tears. Kind of shit. Not gonna lie. You became the lost. I'm not the lost. I got 10 cents though. Oh! Sometimes you're just built different. The sun? Crazy get? Un momento, wrong window. Range up? Justice? Yo? Give me something more. Loki's horns with 3 luck. Don't mind if I do. All right, that kind of sucks. The fact that we lost the PhD is fine because we know we already have something. And took his horns. Caught, caught, caught. I did do that. I did do that. You're right. And I do it again. Easy black art. Oh, we have farting baby. That's kind of cool, I guess. Said literally fucking no one ever. What the fuck? That's right, I'm a hater. Bro, I'm about to chaos card mom. You get in, she ends so many of them. I'm not even looking at the screen. It's not even difficult, to be honest. Shit. Well, I probably should have been looking at the screen there, huh? Mom is literally the easiest boss. Not true. Not true. Pin exists. And unlike the room version of Pin, I always know it's going to be there. Frick you. Taking the Polaroid. Pin is so hard, I hate. Bro has one move. What do you mean you hate Pin? What the hell? You get hit by Pin more than Mom. Very true. But that's because Pin has a natural ability to kill my ass. What the fuck? Okay. Ooh, not bad. Do we have Mom's key or something? No. What do we have? Growth hormones, Loki's horns, Super Meat Boy. I mean, our items are fine. It's just that we do, like, lack like a really good item to push us over the edge. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Isaac! Nice. Wow, what a waste of our time that room was. Wait. Tinted rock. See, now that's a hard one to pick out. For sure. How many of you saw that, huh? Don't lie to me. Sophisticated game like PUBG. Okay, question. Why do you play PUBG of all games? Can't you play like literally anything better? I play it with my friend. Can't you and your friend play literally anything better? I'm learning Ritual Beast. Can't you be doing anything else? I also play Counter-Strike. Bruh. What's the plan? Deadlock. You need to get better games on your list of games you play. You are missing out on some bangers. I'm just a hater. That's also true. You do have to factor that into what I say. I am a hater. Get him. That didn't even do anything. God, farting baby, man. Worst fucking room of all time, perchance? Hate eyeballs. Get him out of here. He's doing his best. His best is bad. See, the problem I have specifically with... I used to play PUBG back when NL played it, obviously. And I didn't like it then that much. I thought it was like pretty shit. But then the Culling 2 came out and I was like, you know what, PUBG, you're not that bad. And then the Culling 2 died like 2 days later and I was like, okay, this shit's garbage again. What's Culling? It's like the first battle royale that picked up any steam. The Culling 2 is the sequel to the Culling that died like very quickly. Like embarrassingly quickly. How many games of the Culling 2 actually got played? Like 12 or something? And NL was in one of them. I remember this much. How do you make a sequel to a battle royale? By making it nothing like the original game. I can't. The Culling is like a melee focused battle royale with a crafting aspect. The Culling 2 was a PUBG clone. Shit game. The Culling wasn't bad. Sounds good. It was not good. Remember, PUBG, not good. Keep track of this. It's important. What the fuck am I getting hit by? Certainly not the lasers. Man, this run kind of shit. Man, could use a better spacebar item. Any spacebar item, honestly. Wait, we failed our angel deal last time. Oh, baby. This might be it then. Get owned, get chaos carded. I don't care. Would be nice if he had cracked the sky. Actually, extremely true. I'm trying to think. What's the best battle royale? Super Animal Royale is really good. Ooh, nice lucky penny. I mean, the fire rate's definitely better in this circumstance, for sure. Rumbleverse? That's not... Yeah. It definitely had its own, like, special vibe to it. That made it special. Updating by... The best battle royale. Best battle royale. I'd have to take a look at, like, the complete list of battle royales to answer that question, to be honest. I feel like I can't answer it correctly. Let me see. Battle Royale games. All right. Fall Guys. I guess that's technically one. The Culling, Tetris 99. Realm Royale, Super Animal Royale, Minecraft. Honestly, it probably is Minecraft, right? The original? God, yeah, Minecraft Hunger Games. The original Battle Royale. I couldn't get into the original. That makes sense. Hey, look, it's Pin! Wasn't hit by Pin this time. Let's go. I played the culling and I had a good time with it. What was that one game that was like really funny, like the 4 milliseconds NL played it for? It was like SOS or something like that. There was. Zeus Battlegrounds. I don't know that one. Whoa, whoa, no! Fucking pins! Oh my god, I fucking hate the little pins. They're such pieces of shit. Mad, 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 mad. Is fate. Are you fate posting again, you little shit? Now, given that I have played Stay Night way back in the day, I know that you aren't lying. It is a battle royale. Literally. I am Dabone of Dabone. Probably should have waited to take that, huh? Oh well. Me when Excalibur. And then just a picture of like one of the billions of Arthurs. Or what is it? Arteria or whatever her actual name is. Million Arthur? Isn't that the mobile game that has like that sick ass theme from Hyodin? Yes. Never played it. Just know the music. Just you wait for the HSR Fate collab. True, true. I loved Million Arthur. I love the theme song. That shit went hard. That shit might still be like somewhere in the depths of my Google playlist. Because I don't think I've updated it in like maybe actually over a decade. When Google got rid of Google Play Music, I was sad. Google Music, whatever they used to call it. Such a good app. Now it's garbage. Now it's real badge. Oh my god, I want rooms without any of these annoying ass enemies. Por favor. This run's making me want to end it manually, if you catch my drifts. To be honest, I'm surprised I've found anyone who knows of Million Arthur. Like the actual game, and not like the weird fighting game they released. You might get more damage, that's true. They also released an anime. See, I didn't know that. You could have kept that information to yourself and been like, yeah, the game. And never told me. Now I'm like, oh, that's how you found it. That makes perfect sense. Damn it. Damn. Sucks. Oh well. We'll get him next time. You motherfuckers probably think Clanad is a fucking anime over a visual novel too. Goddamn fucking scrubs. It's not. This guy. I think the only key work to not start as a VN is exactly Angel Beads. I know Key Games get it twisted. Based. Oh my god, stop giving me eyeballs! What does get it twisted mean anymore? It means whatever I need it to mean in the moment. Get it twisted. Vibes based. Only have an hour in clan ad because I got busy. That's fair, that's fair. It's a long fucking VN, no doubt about it. Please! I have so much fire rate. How is it? Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. This fucking run is so bad. Please. Holy shit, Fart Baby did something. Let's go, gaming. I'm like, please end my life. I don't want to be here no more. Why is this spacebar item so ass? Gets an average Isaac run. To be fair, I did like six dice room myself, so I kind of deserve what I got, but we can ignore that, right? You know what? I have 22 bombs. So true. Oh no! Revive me! Our damage, let's go. If I have to commit Sudoku in order to have damage, I will commit Sudoku to have damage. Don't worry, we'll get it back immediately. This is now a lost run where I have to get hit before I can do anything. But man, it's still not great, huh? Our damage. Okay. I need the map open at all times. I'm gonna try to skip rooms. Frick me. What? That's once per floor. It's once per floor. First of all, my bomb killed me. It hit them right into me. Piece of shit bomb. Second, I was like, oh, I'll be fine even if that happens. Because I have the Lazarus's rack. It's once per floor. Ah, stupid. All right. There's your Tainted Isaac run. Have yourselves one of these. We aren't Jesus. We can only die once. I don't know how to tell you this. Jesus also only died once, brother. No way. And that's assuming the myth of Jesus is correct. Who knows? Maybe he died more times. Maybe he died less times. You ever think about that? Who's to say Jesus isn't a vampire? Think about it. He's just chilling with Tupac. So true. Anyway, I'll see all of you tomorrow. It's going to be a big day. Hope to see you there. And until then, enjoy the rest of your current day. Bye.